eyes, I can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind worked backwards just for a minute, I'd hold on to you before the memory's gone. I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember, I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember. When I close my eyes, I can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind worked backwards just for a minute, I'd hold on to you before the memory's gone. I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember, I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember. When I close my eyes, I can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind worked backwards just for a minute, I'd hold on to you before the memory's gone. I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt my lungs. And if my mind worked backwards just for a minute, I'd hold on to you before the memory's gone. I remember you, you left my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember, I remember you, you left my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember. When I close my eyes, I can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind worked backwards just for a minute, I'd hold on to you before the memory's gone. I remember you, you left my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember, I remember you, you left my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember. When I close my eyes, I can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind worked backwards just for a minute, I'd hold on to you before the memory's gone. I remember you, you left my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember.
ladies and gentlemen, what? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Owlet tournament. I'm your host and play-by-play caster, Rainbow. We've got an excellent match for you tonight, featuring Dumpster Divers versus Slipstream. Joining me in the commentary booth tonight is Nocturnal.
Hello everyone, I'm Nocturnal. I'll be your color caster for today. Now, Rainbow, this is a pretty important match right here because Dumpster Divers, they are looking to have an undefeated stage. Sure, they probably have to go out against the Happy Squids later this week, but they're looking for an undefeated stage. However, Slipstream, they're looking for their first win in Owlet tournament. They are winless so far, 0-2. This could be their opportunity.
Stage, though.
Yeah, they did just start this stage. Unfortunately, we ended up losing Licorice Whip due to problems, but still, Slipstream are looking to revive Licorice Whip and get their first win. I also want to bring up the fact that this is a very important match because Dumpster Divers, this could actually be a huge upset by Slipstream on the Dumpster Divers if played correctly, because last stage, Dumpster Divers were 2-0 heading into week 2. They fell to Kraken Skulls in an upset.
Yeah, so Slipstream is definitely looking to make a strong showing and kind of show everyone that they're a team to be afraid of here. Yes, we will be starting on Nepal, and it is on Village. So what do you think we're going to be seeing here in terms of team comps?
We're most likely going to be seeing that May Reaper. There might be a rare occurrence of a May Doom, maybe even a Pharah, but that's what we're going to expect for the most part. But then again, this is the Minors Division. While the Majors Division is more centered on the meta, the Minors Division, pretty much you can run anything and find success with it as long as you're comfortable on it. But we'll have to see here as the compositions are revealed right now. And exactly as I thought, we are going to be seeing some meta on the side of Dumpster Divers. However, Slipstream look to be changing it up a bit. They have the Ryan Zarya chosen right now, along with a Sim and a Reaper. So they're not going full on meta, but they are mixing it up a bit here. So we'll see if they stick with this Ryan Zarya or if they go to the Orisa and Sigjail.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how this Sim works out as we are getting started here.
Looks like they're rolling out on this. So I'll have to see what happens here as we head here on battle on Nepal Village.
Yeah, taking two different routes to point. Looks like Slipstream, yep, already on point here. Kind of went around as Dumpster Divers did take the high ground to start off with. And with those turrets set up on point, that's going to make it harder for Dumpster Divers to go in there.
Absolutely, the turrets are going to do a lot of damage as they push in, but now Dumpster Divers trying to push in now.
Yep, they get that wall up to try to block off some of those tanks from escaping as Nevitz takes down Atomic Devil. A great first pick for Dumpster Divers here as they continue to shoot people, and that is a wall going down. Palette Shell Shot get a nice 4K right there. Wonderful work splitting up the team.
Yeah, you can definitely see the impact here of Anomaly's walls being able to split apart or keep Slipstream in their sights just so they can remove pretty much all of them. And now, sadly, Slipstream has switched to a May, but they've also switched off of the Reaper to an Ashe, which is a very questionable pick, because Ashe, sure, she's really good at doing long-term damage, but is it the right choice here?
Yeah, we will have to see as we get into our second fight here. A wall coming up from Slipstream, but Sid Vicious taking down Evolix. It's nice going forward. Snowshow taking down Atomic Devil. Great picks coming out here from Slipstream as they're cleaning up this fight already, and that is going to be Dumpster Divers taking that second fight win at a nice 40%.
Yeah, sadly, it doesn't look like that Ashe is really working. I don't know if Slipstream is going to be staying on it, if they're going to switch to the Reaper. And also, you can definitely see how the ult advantage is heavily in favor of Dumpster Divers. They have all 6 ults on the field. Meanwhile, on the side of Slipstream, they've only had the Coalescence and the Beast. So hopefully those support ults can actually be huge, very effective, and be able to withstand the onslaught of 6 ults.
Cajun did get 70% ult charge right there, so it's very nice as the beat comes out to help Slipstream push into the point here. Coalescence is coming out on both sides. Another beat from Dumpster Divers. A Death Blossom coming out. Ults everywhere. But Slipstream gets the first kill onto Snowshow going forward. And it is looking like Slipstream can pull this out here and win this as they are getting some of those kills. But it is kind of a slight standstill right now as Zelia takes down Peter Panics as the Lucio for Slipstream. Kind of going very back and forth here as the timer is ticking up for Dumpster Divers on this point. They really need to get this cap to win this round here. But Snowshow coming out great here with this Reaper, getting 2 kills right there. And it is looking like Dumpster Divers is going to be keeping this point, and they're just trying to stall it right now on the side of Slipstream as they're sending in one person after another, but it looks like this round is going to be going to Dumpster Divers.
The worst part about that is it was looking so promising for Slipstream. They only used 2 ults, while Dumpster Divers used 5. There was a legitimate possibility that Slipstream could have taken that fight, but unfortunately, they just were unable to aggress on the enemy team and be able to get value. But really good showing by Slipstream there at the end. Unfortunately, it was just not enough as we head here onto Nepal's Sanctum.
Yes, I'm hoping to see some wonderful Lucio play here, get some nice boops into this wonderful pit we have here. Always my favorite thing to see here, and it looks like we're having double shield out from both teams.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they ended up, Slipstream ended up switching back to double shield in the middle of the village match. But once again, we are going to be seeing almost a mirror, except on the side of Dumpster Divers, Snowshow is bringing out the Doomfist. On the side of Slipstream, we are staying with that Ash from Cajun Wise Guy.
Yeah, so it sounds like he's going to be pretty comfortable in that, and that's why he's playing it. And we are getting started here as they're pushing into each other in this back area here. Shots coming out from both sides. The Slipstream is kind of pulling back a little bit, but they do take down Snowshow on that Doomfist, which is a good initial pick, taking away the DPS from Dumpster Divers. Dumpster Divers going to point first here, as Slipstream is going to be coming around and attacking them, but they have capped the point. Almost a boop there, but then you get a pull that does not quite get anyone there, but Slipstream is getting 2 kills, 3 kills, and it looks like they're going to be taking this point here rather quickly, as Nevitz is just trying to delay on this Lucio for a little bit, and does get a boof onto Invisible Ray, but they take down Nevitz, and that is going to be a point cap right there for Slipstream.
Slipstream definitely took a really aggressive angle there when they were pushing into the point, because you could see last time that they were not being aggressive at all, they weren't acting on it. Here they just decided, let's just push right into the enemy team, so it's going to be interesting to see how they were able to change their playstyle as the game goes on.
Yeah, Dumpster is trying to take an odd angle, but do get spot out pretty early on there. Snowshow going in there on that Doomfist, trying to get some kills, but does get taken down early again as the Death Blossom comes out. Doesn't really get anything on the side of Slipstream. They take Evelix down, so there's 1 DPS down from each side as Dumpster continue pushing in here with a Coalescence coming out here. And a Coalescence in response from Slipstream to try to negate some of that damage and get some healing in. But Anomaly takes down Atomic Devil, which taking down the main tank is very essential as they push onto point here, looking to continue to clean up Slipstream here, and is working so far as Azalea takes down Cajun Wise Guy, and we do see the Reaper in the back trying to get some kills, but Nevitz gets a boop onto the Moira there as Sid Vicious does fall to that Reaper, but they have not quite capped the point yet on the side of Dumpster Divers. They are getting those kills there, but it looks like they're now going to be capping it, except they do have Atomic Devil on the point looking to hold out a bit there. Gets taken down with the slam though. Snowshow getting taken down by Cajun Wise Guy, but they will eventually cap the point with Slipstream getting 72% just from that one fight.
Yeah, really good job there by Slipstream to be able to defend that entire push. They pretty much lost their first member at around like 30%, and they were able to stall it out about 50%, maybe 40%. So great job by Slipstream to stall. And now the ult game is coming into effect, and we do have a switch on the side of Dumpster Divers. Snowshow has switched over to the McCree off the Doomfist. So obviously, probably that Ashe has been causing a little bit of problems, so they decided to switch to a long-range hero themselves.
Yes, Slipstream coming around the back, trying to catch them a bit off guard with their positioning, and a Gravitic Flux coming out, looking to get these kills, but a beat in response to it, and a Gravitic Flux coming out on the side of Dumpster Divers, as well with a Death Blossom coming out, getting a nice 2k, but a 2k as well for Dumpster Divers from Anomaly. That is nice back and forth there. But Alex getting a kill onto Azalea there. It is, there's very few people on point. You just have 2 Reapers and a McCree, but it is still Dumpster Divers turf, and Azalea is going to be, or Avalex is going to be backing out here.
2 Reapers and a McCree, that sounds like a sitcom to me, but in the end, it's really just the end of a fight. And Dumpster Divers holding well after Slipstream looked promising with that Death Blossom, but then again, so did Dumpster Divers. Slipstream is going to be coming back with Bob, though, so there might be an opportunity for Bob to touch. There might be an opportunity for him to stall for a long time. Depends how Cage and Wise Guy wants to use his Bob.
Yes, getting on to the point here. They have touch in time, but that is going to be
Ray.
Invisible Ray going off right there, and Peter Panning going down. Not a great start to the fight for Slipstream, as Avalix also goes down, and looks like it's going to be Dumpster Divers cleaning up, and they have gotten the first map here. It is 1-0 for Dumpster Divers.
Yeah, really good showing there by Dumpster Divers. Slipstream did look strong, though, so there's not it's not in the picture for Slipstream to get an upset, or at least get a map win. So really good job by Slipstream. I do have to critique Cage and Wise Guy there at the end, though. Bob placement was not great, but then again, Slipstream, they are a new team. These are new players. They are still learning, so it is going to be complicated for them. They are still learning how to deal with this, but they are learning pretty well, showing their strong performance against Dumpster Divers today.
Yeah, I don't quite know how long they've been together as a team. I feel like I have the information somewhere. So I'll try to get that when I get a chance. But yeah, so it is a very interesting start, but you see a lot of games that are 3-1s, where the one map that is won is usually either the first, which is Control, or the fourth map. So it's very possible for Slipstream to have a really good showing in the rest of this match and be beating out Dumpster Divers here. So I'm excited to see how it's going to be looking going forward. So what do you think Dumpster Divers did really well there?
I definitely feel like after that first point, that Dumpster Divers really started to be more aggressive and act upon any sort of kills they got. Like you could see in their first map on Village, once they got those first 2 picks and were baiting out those ults, they weren't really pushing in as aggressive or getting in that many kills. Then you saw on the second map, which was Sanctum, once they got once they started the map, they were already pushing right into the enemy lines, heading behind them on the raised platform. So I definitely have to compliment Slipstream on their aggression. Their ult economy probably could do a little bit better, but other than that, I feel like Slipstream have been doing pretty well in terms of playing this game right now.
Yeah, so I did get that information. Slipstream has been together for actually quite a while. I don't know how long they've had this roster, but they have been together for about 3 years, I believe.
Wow.
The message said. So yeah, they actually apparently have been around for a very long time, but we don't quite know how the roster has been there. Next, we are going to be heading into Volskaya Industries. So what do you think we're gonna be needing to see from these two teams here for Slipstream to bring this back?
Well, Slipstream definitely, I mean, they aren't playing to the meta, which is good. That means they're probably playing to their strengths. They're doing things that they are more comfortable on, which is good. My only thing is they should probably be switching to compositions that counter the meta more. Because, like, you could see the Ashe. Like, yes, Ashe is a very good hero for getting dynamite, and for getting a lot of ult charge. But once she can't get a reach on it in terms of shields, she struggles. But meanwhile, you could see, like, all these players doing really good on their metas. Ryan Zarya, obviously, not as strong as many people think it is, but I feel like if they were to play with their strengths more and be able to utilize their strengths at a great time, then they will be able to succeed.
Yep, so we are going to be heading into a break before the next map. It is going to be very exciting, and I'm excited to see it. So stick around. We will be back very shortly.
When I close my eyes, I can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind works backwards just for a minute, I'd hold on to you before the memory's gone. I remember you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt.
Welcome back. It is Dumpster Divers versus Slipstream. Currently, Dumpster Divers is up 1-0 onto Slipstream, and we are going to be heading into Volskaya Industries here. And I believe that Dumpster Divers is going to be starting on the defense and Slipstream on the attack here in red.
Absolutely, and we actually do have some swaps coming out on here. Cajun Wise Guy, who was playing the Ash last map, he is switching over to the tank role, which shows a lot of flexibility that many people wouldn't actually expect, or at least if you're a Majors Division. Minors Division, anything goes. And we also we also have one other swap coming in, which unfortunately was unable to identify, but you could probably help me with that.
Yeah, we do have all the same players, I believe, on Slipstream. I don't quite remember the lineups exactly, so that is unfortunate. I wasn't paying as much attention as I should have been, but we are going to be getting started here soon. And it looks like we have a Ryan Zari on the side of Slipstream, which is what they started Nepal with. So what do you think of that?
Definitely seems very interesting. They might be running a different strategy here. Also, it seems interesting that Cajun Wise Guy is playing on the Reinhardt this time, while Atomic Devil, who I believe was the Reinhardt last time, was actually doing pretty good. Atomic Devil will be playing the Junkrat here, and as we can see, we are seeing a Bastion bunker, ladies and gentlemen. I had to play for a GGNA team, and this is exactly what we saw 99% of the time, except we had a Pharah. We didn't do well. But anyway, we're going to be seeing the Bastion bunker. Let's see how Slipstream approaches it.
A lot. That exact setup right there. Okay, but we're getting started here as Slipstream is approaching. Yeah, just kind of walking up as they're set up in the back right corner there.
It looks like they don't know that they are up there yet.
Yes, getting into point, a great wall coming out to buy them some time as they're about to get this first tick already. As long as they don't step off the point, but they now have someone on there to contest. Sid Vicious right there. Tried to get a charge, but missed it as Neo Brian is taking down people. Shell Shock as well. But it is going kind of back and forth here a little bit. But it looks like Slipstream is going to be losing this and it has to back out and try again. But they did get a tick off of that, which is always a great start.
Yeah, that tick pretty much guarantees them, at worst, a loss, at best, a win. Because now, even if they don't make any progress for the rest of the map, they already got that tick. That means all they have to do is defend for a tick, which is hard, but possible.
Yeah, you know, you're not going to get that tie going on there. But yes, they have reset up on the side of Dumpster Divers as Slipstream is engaging, looking like they're taking the same angle again, but maybe going to be going into them this time. It's kind of hard to tell what they're doing. No, it looks like just the Mei is going to be going up behind them. But they're defending on the low ground here, looking to get another quick tick here. Sid Vicious and the Mei dropping down, and a window coming out here, not quite in the right angle, but Neo Brian does get taken down by Atomic Devil, and Owlet takes down Nevitz. So it's a great start here from Slipstream. Looks like they're going to be taking this point right here. They just need to clean up the Mei, Sigma, and Mercy. Shell Shock putting up a bit of a fight here, taking down Atomic Devil, and trying to stall the point a little bit, but it's not going to be enough. And that Mei is going to get taken down pretty quickly as they're going to be moving on to point B with 5 minutes on the clock. A great time bank here.
Yeah, and a really good setup there by Slipstream to be able to set up pretty much that entire push. Atomic Devil went up the stairs. He pretty much got in the back line and screwed everyone over. Abilix used the wall to boost up the Bastion. And speaking of the Bastion, it is no longer. We have a Reaper now.
Yeah, if you want to know how to counter a minors level Bastion bunker, that is a pretty good way to do it. As we are going to see them rotating around to the left and coming in here, trying to get a nice off angle. Both the Mei walls going up to really block out this fight, and a blizzard coming out from the side of Dumpster Divers. But Dead Inside and Nevitz are down. It is back and forth. There's 2 kills from each side, except Shellshock gives a bit of advantage, taking down Visible right here. And that looks like it's going to be the end of Slipstream. And Dumpster Divers getting the first defense here as we're down to 4 minutes for Slipstream.
I don't know if anyone heard my little chuckle, but I was just chuckling at Cajun going extremely aggro and killing the Lucio with a charge. Unfortunately, it was not the right strategy, as the rest of his team unfortunately was left defenseless. But there is hope right now, because if you look in the top right, I hope it's the top right for all of you guys, you can see Slipstream has every single ult in the bank. If they lose this fight, it will not be good, but they have every single ult in the bank.
Yeah, and you do want a bit of conservation. We don't want to see every ult coming out here. We start off with the bongos coming out, and we get a shatter as well. Lots of ults coming out. We get this blizzard, which is well placed onto those tanks there, as we see many players going down on the side of dumpster divers. Going very well for Slipstream on this attack. They need to take down this Reaper. He death blossoms, but they do get him booped up. But does take down 2 for Slipstream, and Atomic Devil and debugs the and we get to see the wrecking ball coming out to stall this out. And it looks like Slipstream is getting cleaned up by dumpster divers here, which is not great because they did not get a tick in that fight. So that was a lot of battle, and they lost 5 ults for nothing really.
I apologize to Slipstream for jinxing them in that entire scenario, but it's called the Caster Curse for a reason. The good news is, they did not use the grab, and they're going to have another shatter soon, which will most likely be built up by that grab. And the other good news is, the side of Dumpster Divers, they only have the Gravitic Flux. It is an impactful ult, but it's only 1 ult.
Yeah, but so is Graviton if used correctly. But Visible Ray did get split off a little bit, and it's down to half health. But they should be able to recover that as they push in again here. Coming out with a Gravitic Flux onto almost the entirety of Slipstream. Not great there, but none of them are dead yet. As I say that, Invisible Ray goes down, but Azalea is also down. But that is the tank line gone for Slipstream, but the support line gone for Dumpster Divers. But another one from Slipstream going down, and it looks like that's going to be the end of the push. They have a minute 50 on the clock here as we are going into another push. Or as we got finished with that push, I mean.
Yeah, absolutely. And the good thing is, Slipstream were actually thinking about that fight. They knew they had Gravitic Flux probably, and they didn't use anything. So now, not only with the shatter and the grab, they have a coalescence. They're about to have a blizzard, and they're 60% to nano and 70% to tire. So this could actually be a pretty good setup here for Slipstream if they're able to pull it off. Which I can probably Caster Curse it now.
Yeah, coming in here, a Graviton coming out and Gus get eaten by Shell Shock, which is rather unfortunate, but they still can move in here, try to get these kills. A Blizzard coming out for Slipstream as well. So many ults getting thrown in here, Coalescence as well from Dumpster Divers. It is 1 for each side, but that is 2 down for Dumpster Divers as a, I don't remember, the Earth Shatter comes out, does not get anyone. And it is very back and forth here, but looks like it is Slipstream on top right now, but you do have Dumpster Divers with that spawn advantage as they take down Owlet right there, trying to just hold out a little bit to get a tick, but it's not, looks like it's not going to be working as Slipstream's going to need to back out, and they only have 30 seconds to get a tick onto point B.
I should really just shut my mouth for the rest of the match right now, as, yeah, that's even worse.
Just Caster Curse Dumpster Divers next time.
Yeah, I should probably start talking about how good Dumpster Divers is doing, rather than talking about how good Slipstream is doing. But anyway, this is probably going to be last fight territory. Avilix has to touch. He's the closest to the point right now. Either that Occasion Wise guy is going to be have to charge through a wall or something. And as I say that, Avilix is on the point.
And they have touched. So that is great. We get a tire coming out, looking to go big, and it does go big. We get a 3K from Atomic Devil. Mihao Bryant coming back with a Death Blossom, but doesn't get anyone, and that is a cleanup right there, and looks like they're going to be getting this, and I'm not sure how much, yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to contest this at all, pretty much. Maybe get more people in the point to make it go faster, as they did touch. Sid Vicious does go down on that wrecking ball, then side going down, Nev's going down. They are cleaning this up pretty well, and they have gotten the point with 0 time on the clock, but they have gotten point B.
Finally, the Caster Curse is no longer. That was a really good tire setup by Astro. I already forgot the other half of his name. I'll just call him Astro for now. But really good. I need to go to sleep today. Atomic Devil. I apologize, Slipstream. I am not in a very happy mood right now, just because of everything I've done so far. But yeah, Atomic Devil, really good tire there, and that was just Slipstream acting aggressive and being able to push on the point. So now will be Slipstream on the defense and Dumpster Divers on the attack. So it's going to be interesting to see what they run here, because as we've seen, Slipstream is not really wanting to play the meta, while Dumpster Divers is heavily focused on the meta. So we'll see what happens here.
Dude, did you guys know that Sigma freaking eats grabs?
Yes.
He ate a grab!
The Sigma's eats is so big, and it is scary. Especially in some of my comp games recently, I've gone up against a Sigma and Diva, and they will eat absolutely everything that you try to throw, and it's mildly depressing. Especially if you're trying to run, you know, a Tracer or Zarya into it, just all your pulse bombs get eaten, all the grabs get eaten. But we are seeing a Symmetra coming out from the side of Slipstream on this defense here, but no Bastions. That's very interesting, because normally you do see those two paired on the defense.
Yeah, we are seeing the Symmetra and the Hanzo, along with a Mercy, which, three very rare characters. If that's not enough, the Rein Zarya's back. So it's going to be interesting to see how Cajun and Invisible Ray are able to adjust their playstyle now that they're on defense.
Yeah, I'm hoping Slipstream proves me wrong, but I do not have high hopes starting here for the defense here, as they're kind of speeding in with that Lucio going straight to point, and Slipstream's going to be rotating around to kind of face them at that rotation. Symmetra setting up a turret there. Sid Vicious takes down Cajun, and Invisible Ray goes down as well, so great start for Dumpster Divers, and it looks like they're going to be taking this point very quickly. Which is rather unfortunate. They're going to be trying to stall this on Slipstream, but they're pretty much need to get out here as Dumpster is immediately capping this point.
See,
so that's rather
about,
unfortunate.
Yeah, here's the thing about Hanzo. He's really good against double barrier if you break the barrier first, which unfortunately with double barrier is very hard to do alone. You have to play against double barrier. But he is about to have Dragon Strike, and we do have the switch off from the Sim to the Mei for Owlet. So we'll see what happens here.
And Dumpster was already pushing in here and they start off with 6 minutes on the clock. Wall coming down. Sigma does manage to escape that though, not letting them get that pick there. Cajun going really low and does get taken down, which is not looking good, but Shellshock goes down. Shellshock who does a lot of work for Dumpster Divers, so they may be able to still pull this fight out. As Dumpster Divers is getting very aggressive here, but they're very purple and Sid Vicious falls. It is very back and forth with these kills right here. Coalescence coming out from the side of Slipstream to help hold them off, and that is a Shatter coming down. Does get Azalea. Great job there. Nihao Brian trying to bring out this Death Blossom here. Does get one. It follows up with a pick onto Peter Panning. This is a very back and forth fight, but looks like it might be Slipstream coming out on top as we get the slam coming down here from Doomfist. Doesn't get anyone. Nihao Brian did fall there. Dead Inside coming back and punching Atomic Devil, but does get taken down along with Shellshock, and that is going to be Slipstream winning that fight right there. And Dumpster Divers needs to back up and, you know, reassemble to push in again.
Yeah, really good job there by Slipstream to be able to hold that out, and no ticks of progress for Dumpster Divers, which is a bad thing for now, but they still have 4 minutes 30 seconds on the clock. Hopefully that's the caster curse in favor of Slipstream there. But, and even better, they really only lost one ult, and that was the Coalescence. They already have the Dragon Strike almost up, they have the Blizzard almost up, all their ults are almost up. So, Slipstream are looking strong right now, and I probably just cast a curse there, but we're just not going to talk about it for now.
Yeah, Dumpster is coming in with the Graphitic Flux, gets both of the tanks there. They're going to be going down pretty soon as Invisible Ray is at like 1. Avilix goes down as well. That is not a great start there for Slipstream, but great start for Dumpster Divers. As Dead Inside is putting in work on that Doomfist. A Shatter coming down, but is not quite able to get work done. And a grab onto Dumpster Divers, but it is not going to be enough to really get those kills that they need. And it looks like we're going to be seeing a tick coming in for Dumpster Divers real quick here. They should be able to get a bit of a contest going. It won't be amazing, but a Coalescence coming out here from Peter Panning, trying to hold off this cap here, which gives them time for Invisible Ray to come back on this Wrecking Ball to get a good stall going. And it is doing pretty well so far as the Mei also comes out from stall. Nihao Brian trying to get Death Blossom and clean people up, doesn't quite get anyone. And it looks like Dumpster Divers is going to be cleaning them up pretty well here. And I think that that is going to be the cap for them. They do have the Reinhardt trying to get a contest, but not quite going to be able to. As Devitz does boop and then kill him right there. Great job from Dumpster Divers. They have 3 minutes on the clock. Great time.
Yep. Dumpster Diver is obviously doing a little bit better right now, but Slipstream are still showing that they can use stagger comps, and they are able to do very well in this sort of counter meta, as we would probably call it. Like, they're succeeding, but not as good as Dumpster Divers, unfortunately. So now Dumpster Divers, they have a 3-minute attack to get 1 point, or 1 tick on point A. Meanwhile, Slipstream, they have to defend. They cannot win. The best they can get is a draw right now on Volskaya, which is still good, but it's a draw.
Yes, and draws always give, a bit of that favor to the team that already got the point, which is Dumpster Divers, so they are really looking to, they at least get that draw there. A loss is definitely worse. And it looks like they are going to be running a Rhine Sigma. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, Cajun Wise Guy has already shown that he's not really an Orisa guy. He's shown that he's a Reinhardt guy. And this is a pretty good composition to make Reinhardt go absolutely aggro. But it's on defense. So it's a very questionable move here by Slipstream. But we'll see if it works here, as here come the Dumpster Divers.
Yes, they're going to be pushing in with great speed, as we saw in their first attack coming in here. And Denside trying to put in some work on that Doomfist. Rissa and the Rhine facing off. Sidvish does get boomed in the air, but Denside takes down Cajun Wise Guy as he was in the backline from that charge, which is not where you want to be as the Rhine. Dumpster is continuing to push in here, taking the Slipstream Ana down very low and killing her. Pushing in here with these tanks, looking very strong here. Not quite, continuing to get those kills, but they have not died themselves, which is great. As I say that, they get a nice 2k, and it is not looking good for Slipstream right now. Atomic Devil trying to come in, get some of these picks, hold down, but it's not quite working. Cajun Wise got last man standing, trying to get these kills, not working, and that will be map 2. Dumpster Divers is 2-0 on Slipstream. Slipstream is looking for the reverse sweep in the second half.
Absolutely. It is possible, though. Remember, I talked about the last time Dumpster Divers were up 2-0, or at least 2-0 in the stage. They then fell in an upset win for the Kraken Skulls. So it's going to be interesting to see if Slipstream can bring this back with their unorthodox compositions.
Yeah, for the play of the game, we got to see a nice 4K from Atomic Devil there. Unfortunately, it was not quite enough to win the game, but was enough to show why he got switched on to that DPS role off main tank.
Absolutely. Yeah, and that was the tire that got them the second point. Like I said, that was the time when the caster curse finally stopped for once. But yeah, you could definitely see why they ended up switching Cajun and Atomic on the role. It is Atomic, right? Yeah, Atomic. I got it right for once. But Atomic, they ended up switching those two on their roles.
Yeah, so I think over halftime we are going to be going to a break, but we should be back in probably about 5 minutes for the second half of this game, and hopefully Slipstream can bring it back and make this interesting and go to a map 5. Love to see it.
Yeah, we'd love to see a map 5 here, ladies and gentlemen.
When I close my eyes, I can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind works backwards just for a minute, I'd hold on to you before the memory's gone. I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt. no more singing. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind works backwards just for a minute, I'd hold on to you before the memory's gone. I remember you, you left my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember, I remember you, you left my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember.
Welcome back. We are here with Dumpster Divers versus Slipstream. It is currently 2-0 for Dumpster Divers, and we are going to be heading into the third map shortly, which is Blizzard World. So, Nocturnal, what do you think we're going to need to be seeing out of Slipstream to recover in the second half?
Well, it's very obvious right now that Slipstream are not willing to play the meta. We have not seen a singular Doomfist play out of Slipstream, which I'm not arguing about that. I like seeing unorthodox comps, but they need to try and make it work a little bit better. They are obviously playing to their comfort picks, but they're also having a lot of trouble making use of those comfort picks and being able to gain value. Yes, they did just have that giant Riptire kill on Volskaya, but that was pretty much the only real highlight. So Slipstream need to try and step it up with these unorthodox comps in order to face a chance here on Blizzard World.
Yeah, I think part of the problem is that Dumpster Divers is just doing so well on this meta that it makes it, really hard for Slipstream to not play the meta. At a certain point, like, you can play your comfort picks if the team's not doing really well on the meta, but they are doing really well, so it makes it very hard here. So we are going to be getting started. We have Slipstream starting on the defense in blue and Dumpster Divers on the attack in red. And we are again seeing that Ryan Zarya coming out from Slipstream.
And we also forgot to mention, we have a substitution coming in. Peter Panning was actually subbed out for Snurk in the support slot for Slipstream. And Snurk, as you can see, is playing that Mercy. Before, Peter Panning was only playing Moira, and Debugsta was playing Mercy. So probably they wanted to swap him out because Debugsta has that Ana play, and also Snurk probably knows Mercy. So just an assumption here as we head into the attack.
Yeah, Debugsta was also playing the Ana, I remember, on Volskaya, at least for a little bit. But yeah, so we are going to be seeing on the meta comp coming out here from Dumpster Divers as they're approaching the point here.
And again, they are going to be approaching this pretty slowly while the team of Slipstream try to think about what they're going to do when they actually push in. So it'll be interesting to see, and Owlet is actually set up for a flank.
Yeah, trying to get some picks on the pack, but Shellshock shuts that down quickly with a rock to the face. But Atomic Devil avenges him a little bit, taking down Nihao Brian. So that is both Reapers down, but Invisible Ray falls on the side of Slipstream as Dumpster Divers is going to be pushing quite hard here. Cajun Wise Guy with the charge onto Dead Inside is a very useful member of Dumpster Divers. Slipstream definitely recovered with that Dragon coming out. And that kill onto Sid Vicious, and it looks like they're going to be winning this fight as Azalea tries to make it out of there on the Moira.
So if Dead Inside was not dead already, he's definitely dead in real life after that Rhine charge. That was literally a 10,000 IQ Rhine charge I could see from Cajun Wise Guy. Also, what are your impressions here on Owlet switching off the Reaper to a Symmetra?
I think it's a very interesting pick. I feel like the Reaper could at least theoretically get more value, but you know, a lot of times if you're not feeling like you're doing a good job, sometimes you just need to switch and play what you think is going to be best, and it ends up working out better. So it will just kind of remain to be seen if that switch is going to work for them, as we are seeing Dumpster Divers pushing into the point yet again. You know, trying to come out here. Initial punch onto Cajun Wise Guy, but Dead Inside is going down. A huge shatter onto 3 of Dumpster Divers players, and that is a cleanup there from Cajun. Looking very strong here on Blizzard so far.
Absolutely, and also I gotta give mad props to Bugsta there. They ended up hitting a huge 3 anti and was able to help get Dead Inside back to spawn and literally dead. So Slipstream, they seem to be holding on so far. They still have some ults in the bank, but Dumpster Divers, they're starting to build up as well.
Yeah, a great pick onto Nevitz, which is going to be slowing this push for Dumpster Divers down, continuing to whittle away their time bank. Right now they're at 125, so they are going to need to be putting in some work rather quickly as we continue here.
And I didn't even notice that Nevitz kill until you pointed out, so thank you for that. And now it looks like, yeah, Dumpster Divers are taking a different approach. They're taking the high ground, and that Dragon Strike, that was obviously...
It was well placed just a bit late there.
Yeah.
As they're going to be rotating even further around on the side of Dumpster Diver. But it looks like it is spotted out as they're pushing in here, but maybe not quite set up in time. Snurk going down initially, and Gravitic Flux coming out, and it looks like they're going to be winning this fight with 2 already down inside of Slipstream. Almost every ult in their repertoire getting thrown out, but Dead Inside getting pinned by Cajun Wise Guy yet again, but they already have 2 ticks here, and that's going to be the cleanup of Slipstream, and they're going to be getting this point with 30 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, really good rotation there by Dumpster Divers. It did take a while, and they only will have 3 minutes to push to point B, but it was a really good rotation, and it helped them set up for that fight. But now, we're actually seeing another swap coming out from Owlet. He's off the Symmetra, and he's on to a Pharah.
Does pair well with the Mercy they already have going, and it looks like they are running that farm, rain in some damage, and get some of that shield break as Atomic Devil also takes down Sid Vicious, which is going to be a good initial pick if they can get in there real quick, take out Dead Inside as well if they're dealing with in the backline here. Try to push in before Sid Vicious gets back as they do take down Nevitz. Atomic Devil really popping off here. Makes me, mildly wonder what he was doing on tank in that first map. And that is a huge 2K coming out from Nihal Brian, putting an end to, that resistance there. So, yeah, that is a good showing from the DPS.
Absolutely. Nihal Brian and Dead Inside were able to set up that combo. Dead Inside went behind, made everyone focus on him, and then all of a sudden Nihal Brian's like, "Sup guys, I'm just gonna blossom here in front of y'all faces." And that was pretty much the end of it. But as you can see, Slipstream, they are about to have 6 ults online. Never mind, they're gonna have
coming out, taking down, or stunning 3, but not quite getting those kills. A Nano coming onto the Rhine. He is swinging, he is charging in, takes down Shell Shock. Just continuing to swing away and be aggressive, now pulling back though. Invisible Ray does go down, which is not great, but Avalix coming out with the barrage, getting a 2K, and that is going to be ending Dumpster Divers' push right there. Looks like Nihal Brand does take down Avalix. And Cajun maybe bringing this back for Dumpster Divers here, but, Dead Inside coming in as well, trying to get these picks. And a Meteor Strike coming down, trying to get someone, looks like maybe he's used back out there.
Yeah, it was a retreat. It was a retreat strike.
Retreat. Probably a good idea. They didn't quite have the resources to push back in, although Neo Brian did get those amazing picks there. But they're going to be setting back up. And a Grab Dragons we may be looking at here coming out from Slipstream in this next fight. I'm very excited to see if they can pull off this combo here.
And even if that fails, you have Cajun Wise Guy with the Earth Shatter. But on the other side, and never mind, the fight's going on.
Yeah, coming out here, not quite getting the shield. Never mind, I was entirely wrong. They get the 2K and the Shatter coming down, but Nihal Brian in the backline with the 2K. But Slipstream still looks strong. Still looks like they're going to be winning out this fight here. trying to put up a last resistance. If they only do have 20 seconds on the clock, they're going to be touching this with a fraction of time left. We see Nevitz, coming in here. It looks like, not quite yet, but we are seeing the Wrecking Ball coming in over the top. Soon as it's going to be ticking down here, slamming in, letting his team have enough time to get back, as they're going to be pushing him with the Coalescence. Avalix there with the Barrage trying to get some people. Does take down Nevitz, but 2 are down on the side of Slipstream. And it is looking like very good for Dumpster Drivers here, as they are getting those kills. A very good overtime fight for Dumpster Drivers, as they will be getting onto point C here.
Yeah, really good fight there by Dumpster Divers. They only really used one ult, and that was the Coalescence. Avalix was just not positioned properly on the Pharah, unfortunately, and they really did not have any other, and Slipstreams really did not have any other ults, and that is a stagger? I don't even know what to call that. I guess Avalix just went way too aggro, but speaking of Avalix, he's back on the Reaper.
And we have Brian gets taken down from Atomic Devil, so that is both Reapers, sitting in spawn right now, as Slipstream is going to be pushing on here rather soon, I assume, just say around the corner here. Dead Inside punching into the back line, but does make a retreat there. He's going back and forth. Cajun Wise guy does get taken down. It's a huge purple, does fall onto Dumpster Drivers though, and Nihao Brian gets taken down there. But it looks like it's going to be Slipstream looking to retreat here, because they do need that main tank. They're trying to hold up some space, not let Dumpster Drivers get too much push here. But mostly holding back. Alex gets taken down, but Atomic Devil coming in with the 2K onto both supports. A great start for Slipstream. They just need to get aggro in here, because there is no healing for Dumpster Divers right now. Pushing us one rather long fight here as I start to run out of breath. Cajun Wise guy trying to get the shatter, but doesn't quite get anyone, and the supports are back for Dumpster Drivers. Nihao Brian does go down there as he tries to Death Blossom. Cajun Wise guy falling to the Coalescence. Dead Inside coming in on the back line. Mercy rezzing back up to Bugsa on the Ana to try to continue their resistance to this ongoing push here. It is in overtime now, so as soon as Dumpster Drivers steps off this point, they will be losing it, and it is a Death Blossom coming out from Avalix. Doesn't quite get anyone. Gravitic Flux from Dumpster Divers gets a kill onto Debugsta, and an Invisible Ray followed up. A Graviton came out there, but wasn't quite able to get a lot of kills. Dumpster Divers is pushing forward here, and there is going to be very little resistance from Slipstream, as they're all in the spawn room, and it looks like they're not going to be able to touch, and that is going to be Dumpster Divers finishing up with no time on the clock, and I need to take a breather here.
Yeah, I'll let you do that, and I'll explain some things for you. Those first 2 opening picks on for Atomic Devil on that Dragon Strike were great. Biggest problem though, Slipstream didn't engage on it. They stayed back for the majority, and I get it. Your main tank is trying to run back, but if the enemy team has no healers, that's pretty much free kills right there. Free ult charge, free everything. It's a free-for-all sale, ladies and gentlemen, and it's only available here at Slipstream Industries. But
and
yeah, it seems very
have a pause coming out.
Yeah, we are going to be having a pause here coming out, because we did have a disconnect. Nihao Brian ended up disconnecting from the room. But yeah, just no aggression there from Slipstream, and then it all started spiraling downhill. But there are still signs of life there. They were able to hold them out on the final point. We might be seeing Slipstream if Slipstream at least finish this point with this map with over a minute in a time bank, we could be seeing a reverse sweep, because they might be able to act upon all of that momentum from this map. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I definitely think it is possible. They're definitely looking very strong here on blue. They did kind of look shakier on point C, but beforehand they were making a really good showing, and Avalix making, I think, the correct switches. I think they ended up working out for the team there. I did get, a nice 2K with the Barrage when Avalix switched to Pharah. So I definitely think that it is very possible for Slipstream to be pushing in and getting a plus 1 minute time bank.
Absolutely, and also Avilix, he pretty much showed the entire arsenal of heroes in the damage category throughout the entire map. Like, he pulled out maybe 3 or 4 damage heroes in this one map so far, and it's only been 1 point. So, only,
round,
like, experts will know what he's going to be pulling out next for this attack. And reminder, Slipstream does go against the meta, so we might see something different here. Actually, I correct myself. We are going to be seeing something different here, as they're going to be on the attack, while Dumpster Divers are going to be on the defense.
Yeah, so we are seeing a meta pick from Dumpster Divers, not surprising, and a off meta pick from Slipstream. They're bringing up the Rhine Sigma. We saw this on their defense on Volskaya. Didn't work out great for them there, but that was a defense setup. We'll now be seeing it on attack. I think if they can get a proper aggression level going, that this can be very good for them.
Yeah, Rhine Sigma I have run personally in comp, and it is a very aggressive meta. The Rhine is meant to go absolutely aggressive, while the Sigma is meant to protect the team. Oh hey, an aggressive Rhine. Why does that sound like Cajun Wise Guy to me?
Yeah, so I definitely think that if Cajun gets the proper support he needs, that this is going to go very well for Slipstream here, and we will see if Dumpster Divers can hold up to it on their, nice, pretty meta pick here. Is they're going to be rotating around through the cafe, I guess.
Gift shop.
Gift shop. Yep, and pushing here, getting a lot of pick onto that shield, but they're TPing around to the other side, hitting them from the side. Great strats there. A wall coming up in the middle of them, blocks off the Baptiste, which kills Cajun Wise Guy. And Owlet, that is a bad start going there, and they're going to be needing to back out here. I do think the Symmetra teleport strat was pretty decent though, but it's kind of hard to pull off twice because they now know you're going to do it.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's because Owlet, and that defines Owlet now switching over to the Zarya, or no, I'm sorry, the Pharah, and the Bugsta now switching over to the Mercy. Also, I forgot to mention this, Snurk is playing Baptiste for some reason. Which
yeah, so
yes, it is
weird stuff going on that support line. But yeah, they don't really have anyone to counter that Pharah, so I do think this is a pretty good pick here. You're going to go relatively uncontested in the air. You know that Sigma shield to block things, as I'm watching, but, you don't have anyone to really take you out of the air, except for a well-aimed May Icicle. But yeah, they're kind of coming in from both sides here. The Pharah trying to put in some damage on the back, and that is Sid Vicious and Cajun Wise Guy going down, so no either side here. Snurk falling to Shellshock. Shellshock getting a 3k in this fight. Really, kind of carrying his team a little bit. Not that they're not doing work, but Shellshock's doing a lot of work here.
Yeah, and I feel like if you're Slipstream right now, you would want to bring back that Dragon Strike that Atomic Devil just used. It was used as a last-second bailout. Like, he has been getting a lot of good Dragon Strikes. That wasn't one of them. I'm sorry, Atomic Devil, that wasn't one of them. And the big thing is here, they're going to be pushing into a Blizzard, and a Death Blossom. Good luck, Slipstream. That's all I can say. Good luck.
It's definitely possible. Dumpster makes that fatal error, and Slipstream's able to capitalize off of it, or just pull out, some amazing 3k out of. As they're pushing in here, Cajun Wise Guy's alone though. He doesn't have almost anyone behind him. Charges in, trying to get Nevitz, it looks like right there, but does go down. Dead Inside also falling on that May. A huge Death Blossom coming out from Nihao Brian. And yeah, that's going to be the end for Slipstream's attack there. Not looking super strong.
Yeah, if I'm Slipstreaming now, I'd get out and reset now. The enemy team only has 2 ults. They have a Blizzard and they have a Flux. You're about to have like 4 or 5 ults online. Get out, reset, and then make this push count. This is your last push. This is your last attempt to win this game. Or at least have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, do keep in mind though, the Dumpster Divers also won on like their last possible fight that they could have had. So it is definitely possible for Slipstream to win this out here. They did get some ults out of Dumpster Divers there, and they do have a lot of ults online. Coming here trying to get the look like the Shatter, yeah, it does get cancelled and Cajun Wise Guy goes down. They do get the res off in a 2k barrage from Owlet, but the Gravitic Flux takes down Snurk and Owlet there. Not looking super good here. Cajun trying to get a charge in there, doesn't quite get it. Invisible Ray takes down Shell Shock though, but Sid Vicious comes back and takes down Atomic Devil. It is very back and forth here and not looking great for Slipstream, I gotta admit. But there definitely still is a chance as they're going on to Sid Vicious, trying to take him down. Devuxa does fall to Azalea though in the backline. Cajun Wise guy falls, and the overtime clock is ticking down, and it looks like they're not gonna be able to touch. And that is going to be the win for Dumpster Divers. It is 3-0 on Blizzard World.
It was looking so promising with the Flux and the Barrage, but unfortunately, the biggest killer I feel like there was Cajun Wise Guy's Earth Shatter being cancelled before he could even put it off. And speaking of Cajun Wise Guy's Earth Shatter, here's one right now.
Yeah, that 3K was very good. Yeah, but unfortunately, again, not enough to win them. That's the second time where they've gotten a nice 3K play of the game, but have not won the map. It's always sad to see.
Absolutely. I feel like the aggressive style of Slipstream is not working out right now. I mean, they are being able to be aggressive, but it feels like they're not being aggressive enough. And they're also being way too aggressive. They're not finding that sweet spot where they need to be aggressive. Because you can see Cajun Wise Guy all the way out there in the middle of the enemy team trying to hit an Earth Shatter. The rest of his team was far behind him or on another flank angle. So Slipstream definitely need to work on that in their VOD reviews and their scrims, all that sort of stuff. But however, Dumpster Divers, they have gotten the 3-0, but there is still one map left, and map differential is everything right now. So will we be seeing Slipstream get at least one map, or am I going to be instigating a curse where every single match I cast is a 4-0?
You know, it does seem like that sometimes, but I do think Slipstream can pull it back. And, you know, people always talk about, did X team lose the match, or did Y team win the match? And from what I'm seeing, you know, I definitely think it's Dumpster Divers winning. They're just doing such a good job, especially Nihao, Brian, and Shell Shock there. Denside also doing a great job as well. And you always have to give it to everyone's doing a good job is my point here. But, you know, especially Shell Shock on that Sigma, I have to say. Because they're just impenetrable right now. Because I think what Slipstream's doing would work against a number of Miners teams, but it's just not making any real impact onto Dumpster Divers. Because they're just putting up such a good defense and really, you know, not making mistakes.
Exactly. Like, an example of Slipstream right now is like a more downgraded version of King's Throw. For those who don't know, King's Throw is a Majors team in Owlet, and they never play the meta. They are currently, I believe, in like the mid-pack right now of the Owlet standings for Majors, and they're able to make use of it. Slipstream, however, they're trying to play with the meta, against the meta, with their own unorthodox comps, and they just are missing like valuable pieces. So a little bit more practice, a little bit more scrim time, all that sort of stuff, and Slipstream might end up getting their first win soon.
Yeah, I definitely think so, but I think their next game is against Happy Squids, which is a fairly strong team. They did get entirely refurbished over the stage break, but they are looking fairly good from when I casted them.
Yeah, so, I have heard that about Happy Squids. However, I think you are wrong about that. Yeah, you are wrong. Their next game is up against Peppermint Twists. It's Dumpster Divers who have Happy Squids next.
Okay. Well, I'm illiterate. So we know this.
It's fine. No worries. I'm the one who can't
Peppermint Twist looking even stronger than Happy Squids then. So Okay, and then they go up against Happy Squids. Yeah, Slipstream does not exactly have the kindest of schedules this stage, so it's not looking great for them. I think their easiest game is going to be Congregation. So, and Congregation also looking really strong, so actually I think they're facing the top teams just entirely, which is rather unfortunate.
Yeah, you say that, but I think you did miss one. No, you did not, unfortunately. I thought I misread one as well. We're both illiterate today, ladies and gentlemen. We apologize. I was thinking of a different
team of illiterate casters.
Yeah. I mean, it explains how your name is misspelled.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Anyway, moving on to the actual game, we are going to be going to Rialto here for the next map. So it's gonna be interesting. Are we gonna be seeing some Reddit Lucio moves?
I hope so. We probably won't, because despite the fact there's many places where technically you can boop, there aren't actually a lot of great places to boop, because you have it like after point switches. I say this as a Lucio expert in heavy quotations, but you know, from my experience as Lucio, there's not a lot of great times to actually get those boops there, unless you know teams not playing intelligently. And isn't taking the Lucio as any sort of threat, then you can. But I think Pharah boops are really more powerful here than Lucio boops, because people often forget that Pharah has a really good boop ability. So I hope to see maybe some of that going down, especially first point. You can get some great ones.
Absolutely, and we have seen Owlet play anything but the meta, and he has been pulling out that Pharah, so there is a likely chance that here on the attack for Slipstream, we could see that Pharah. And
yes,
yeah,
we are going to be seeing dumpster divers on the defense first, and Slipstream on the attack.
Yep, and also to note about the dumpster divers, we do have a substitution, 2 substitutions actually. They have swapped out, there are 2 DPS players, which were dead inside, and if you remember, I don't, Nihao Brian for Anomaly and Snow Show. So this was the DPS composition they ended up running on Nepal. Obviously, they want to give him some more playtime, or they're just playing him for the heck of it. So as we can see here, I was actually wrong for the first time in ever. Dumpster divers don't look like they're playing the meta. They're playing the Pharah now, instead of what you would usually see in a Doomfist and a Mei.
Well, you say it's not the meta, but up in Majors, where they play almost exclusively the meta, I've been seeing a lot of Farm RC actually, so maybe it's not like the meta, but it's pretty meta. Yeah. But we are seeing meta out of Slipstream for once, with the Orisa Sigma, so that's interesting to see. They are running a McCree, they can't be too meta, it ruins their reputation, but they are running the double shield here.
Yeah, they are running a McCree and an Ana instead of a Lucio and a Doomfist or a Mei, and the Reaper of Owlet. Interesting.
Yeah, we did see some of that on the end of Blizzard World on 3rd, but he does get pulled off. That is so sad. You see there, Sid Vicious with 500 IQ, brain right there. A huge anti coming on there, kind of forces the main tanks, or the tanks to back up for dumpster divers. Slipstream slowly making progress here. As dumpster is kind of staying on that high ground. Probably going to need to be dropping in soon or getting some of these picks going. Yep, as I said, they dropped down and kind of setting up this defense, but not a lot of picks happening on either side here. Slipstream is very low health-wise. As I say, that Tongue Devil goes down and Snurt goes down. 2 Anomaly looking great on the Spara here. So yeah, definitely, you know, not the, you know, normal subs where they aren't very good, but they're actually doing a great job starting off as they get those nice 2 kills there. Shell Shock continuing to murder the entirety of Slipstream, getting a 2K there as they're retreating.
Yeah, we can definitely see why they ended up subbing in Anomaly and Snowshell. Most likely it's because Anomaly has that godlike Pharah that Dead Inside and Brian do not. But really doing good so far for dumpster divers, and they do have a lot of ults online. Slipstream, however, they're gonna have to wait, as I don't know if Owlet was trying to teleport to the high ground or if he just completely messed it up there.
Coming in, a barrage coming in, takes down Cajun Wise Guys. Snark also falls to Snow Show, but Sid Vicious falls to Owlet, but it's not gonna be enough, and it's gonna get rezzed. So yeah, Slipstream needs to change something up. What do you think they need to change to be winning these fights?
I mean, definitely one thing they need to be doing is trying to get down this far. Atomic Devil, he's been trying on that McCree, but with the Mercy there, it's just utterly difficult to do it. I know myself. I never played DPS, but still. I know myself it is very hard to count down a Pharah. Ults are coming out.
Graphitic Flux, I'm not even sure exactly where that was located. But Shell Shock going down to Debugsto, which is great for Slipstream moving forward here. They are getting those kills. Snowshoe does get the Death Blossom out, gets 1, but Owlet also gets 1 right there with his Death Blossom. And they're going to be moving forward here. And I'm not seeing a lot of ults online for dumpster divers. That's not looking good for this free contest here.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to bash both teams here for a second here. Shellshock ended up going extremely aggressive and went into the hotel to kill everyone with the graphitic flux. And meanwhile, okay, let's go with the fight.
Yeah, Owlet's taking down Snowshow, and they did bring out the bongos on the side of Slipstream. Snowshow gets res, but Sid Vicious goes down. You know, when you're resing, you're not healing. Owlet's getting a nice 2k onto the tank line there. Snowshow goes down after killing Invisible Ray, and that is Dumpster's taking, or no, Slipstream continuing to have the point. Sorry, the side switch, and it's confusing me. as they are on point B, continuing to move forward here.
Yeah, I was going to bash Avalex for using that Death Blossom really late until he decided to kill the entire enemy team because he knew I was going to say it. And he already has another Death Blossom online, so I don't even complain about it. Speaking of ultimates, yeah, it looks like Slipstream have a large advantage here over Dumpster Divers in terms of the ultimate game, at least for this
Dumpster Diver is going to be dropping down from the top here, walling off 2 from Slipstream. They do get a huge anti onto them, going back and forth, 2 Death Blossoms coming out. It looks like Nevitz kills himself right there. And yeah, so this is looking to go the way of Dumpster Divers right here. I'm not sure what happened with Nevitz there, because it's you know, you don't have splash damage, so it must have accidentally faded off of the side of the map, which I've done before, so no faults there. The 2 DPS still sticking around for Slipstream right now as the tank line is pushing in here. Anomaly gets rezzed by Azalea. And we see a Valk coming out from Azalea here to help hold off this push. But it looks like Slipstream is just going to be backing up right here. And Atomic Devil goes down at the end, but trying to just get some space, get the, you know, fallen members of their team back to push in again.
Alright, now if you're Slipstream right now, you are extremely happy because the Dumpster Divers have been using way too many ults than I feel like they should have. They used the Blossom, they used the Valk, they used the Coalescence, and I'm pretty sure they used another ult in there somewhere. But they've been using a lot of ults. How many ults has Slipstream been using? Other than 1 Death Blossom? 0. So they're definitely going to have a long ultimate advantage as long as they keep trying to win these fights, as I knock on wood now because I hope the caster curse is not going to be a real thing today.
Yes, and it looks like Slipstream is going to be dropping down as well. We do see Snowshoe kind of looking to get in the back line. As Anomaly does go down, we see a Deadeye coming out from Devil, taking down Azalea right there, looking very good. Slipstream is going to be pushing in here, just looking to maybe clean up those kills as they retreat, and trying to hold off any sort of defense that they're going to be seeing from Dumpster Divers on this last point.
So I don't know if you look behind them, but Snowshow is coming right up on the back of Snark.
2 Coalescences coming out here. Bongo's coming out, Death Blossom coming out, immediately gets killed by Avilix though. And Avilix comes out with his own Death Blossom there, and doesn't really get much with it directly. Blizzard coming out from Anomaly, trying to hold this off. They only have 20 seconds here, so they really need to win that fight, and they're only really going to be able to just, you know, continue to touch here, try to hold out, let the rest of the team get back. It's their only real option, but if Avilix going down, you know, they don't have many people to touch. They only have, you know, the Ana here, Snark trying to come in, make a last minute touch to get the rest of the team there. Doesn't quite work out though, and that is going to be the end. They almost capped point B, Slipstream on their attack, but not quite.
Yeah, that was messy. I didn't think that Slipstream was gonna be able to not be able to cap and be able to get hauled back by Dumpster Divers, but Anomaly's Blizzard was just too much of an impact there. So now, Dumpster Divers, they only have to point B to push that payload. Slipstream have to prevent this 4-0 happening. Slipstream, I honestly feel like they need to win this map in order to keep any sort of hope for their Owlet season alive. But you never know. Slipstream, they've been showing promise when they're not playing the meta. When they play the meta somehow, they start to dwindle a bit.
Yeah, if you aren't comfortable on those heroes, it's honestly just better to play the one you're comfortable with. I mean, to a certain extent, you should always try to get better at the meta. Like, if you're just sitting there stagnant and only playing Ryan 100% of the time, it's not really going to work out for you in the long run. But, you know, playing it occasionally in matches, because it's what you're currently most comfortable on, as long as you're learning the meta in the background, and when you're not in matches, and slowly getting better at it, you can pull it out more and more. But they are definitely not quite there yet on, Slipstream.
So I'm looking on the side of Slipstream, and you can see, not only do we have the McCree now, but we have a Zenyatta. A very rare sighting of a Zenyatta, ladies and gentlemen. These are not found in the wild that often.
I don't
And
think
also,
I've seen this Zenyatta this season.
Look at Dumpster Diver's composition. What is the composition?
It's Dive with a Brigitte for some reason.
And they
But
already
let's
lost
go.
their bar. They have no main heals. All they have a Lucio and Brigitte. They have a Sombra. They have a Pharah. They have a Winston and a Diva. I think I'm gonna have to go through therapy after this match because of this
I'm
awkward
excited,
composition from Dumpster Divers.
Let's go. I really hope that they can make this Dive work. I was cheering for Slipstream. I always love to see the underdog win, but now that they're on Dive, I'm very happy with Dumpster Divers right now. An Anomaly now on the Tracer, getting a pick onto both of the healers in the backline of Slipstream. And this is a good start for them, and it is not looking good for Slipstream.
I
Yeah,
think I
they're
might be
just
hallucinating.
cleaning up.
I think that might be
I don't
hallucinating.
think you are. I don't think you are. I think we're actually seeing Dive. We're seeing Dive.
In
It's been so
2019,
long.
we're seeing Dive, and it seems weird that, like, I'm assuming Dumpster Divers, these are their best comfort picks. These are their favorite heroes. This is what they want to play. But Slipstream aren't switching. They are staying on this composition.
Ooh,
But now
Sid
that I
does
say that,
fall to Avalix is hacked and looks like going down, but does recover and get away there. But yeah, the point A is already captured, so they really have to hold down this defense. I mean, they don't even need to fully get to the end of point B. As Anomaly comes in the background, getting a stick onto the Orisa, looks like, but not able to get enough damage in there. Dumpster still holding out as you see Sid Vicious diving in on that Winston. Whole team coming in. Angry Monkey coming around here trying to, boot people around. Shell Shot getting a kill onto Invisible Ray with that Diva Bomb. I am so happy right now as Dive is working. It brings a tear to my eye, really.
that would have been a one fight for Slipstream if Avalex was not hacked the second he unleashes Death Blossom. So now he has no charge on the Death Blossom, and he's succumbing to this dive craziness. He is switching to the Tracer.
Yes, they're coming out here. We do see a switch on the Zarya and a huge EP getting everyone alive on Slipstream. And it looks like they're going to be taking them down. Take down Snurk. Atomic Devil going very low, does not get taken down here. A lot of damage coming in, but we do see Shellshock getting Demek there and taken down by Cajun Wise Guy. Now on the Winston. Oh, yes, best way to counter Winston. Bring out another Winston, why not? Let's go for it. But Azalea does take down Atomic Devil, and Anomaly is taking down Cajun Wise Guy. There's not much, left that Dumpster needs to push it here. We are seeing the rally coming out from Snark, but Anomaly gets a pick onto Debugsto with that Pulse Bomb. A high nude coming out, but it's not going to get much, especially with that bubble around the entire team that was in the Graviton Lux. And yeah, it is going to be Dumpster cleaning up these kills. Slipstream is doing their best to stall it out, but it's not going to be enough as they are going to be capping it. And this is a 4-0 from Dumpster Divers on to Slipstream.
I don't know what I just watched. Dumpster Divers, I guess. There's really nothing else to say except the Dumpster Divers just did something. I don't know what they did, but they did something. But yeah, really strong showing here by the Dumpster Divers, and they even messed with Slipstream's unorthodox meta play by playing unorthodox metas. So it shows that maybe the biggest weakness to Slipstream is their own ideas. Or it's just that they need a lot of practice and they are really entering Owlet, not having any prior knowledge of other teams, but there is still work to be done here for Slipstream. Dumpster Divers...
I hold up what I say. I definitely think Dumpster Divers they are very strong right now. I don't know what happened last stage. They weren't, top of, the standings. They were, I think, fourth, I want to say. But they are very much looking number one. I was kind of doubting when those power rankings came out from testing, and Dumpster Divers was number one, I think it was number one, but I am not doubting them anymore. Dumpster Divers is looking very, very strong.
Absolutely, and Dumpster Divers continue their undefeated streak. They have won more than 2 games in a row in a stage, which means next week will be their toughest opponent yet. It is going to be against the Happy Squids. Slipstream going against Peppermint Twist, as I said earlier. So it's going to be interesting to see how these two teams are able to battle it out against their next opponents. Do we think Slipstream is going to get the win next week? Their first win in Owlet against Peppermint Twist?
I think they're going to get a win before the end of the stage, and that's in part just because I don't like to see anyone winless. It makes me sad. But I think and hope that Slipstream can get a win before the end of the stage.
Absolutely.
I don't know who it's going to be on, but it's going to be on someone.
Yeah, Peppermint Twist looks like Peppermint Twist can be a very strong team. They were the team that I believe beat Dumpster Divers last stage to end that winning streak. But you never know. Peppermint Twist are a very unorthodox team. Actually, I was wrong. They were the team to dethrone Ohio Woes in the undefeated streak. Or that might have been Licorice Whip. I don't remember. But regardless...
Licorice Whip probably... No, they only beat Ryujin Uprising.
Maybe, yeah. But yeah, this really is... And what we saw here was a very good match. And really, there is no player of the match I can really think of. Dumpster Divers, they all did really good altogether. They showed that they can be according to unorthodox compositions. They showed all that stuff, and they can even whip out a dive composition that made me go insane for a few seconds. So, great job, Dumpster Divers. Slipstream, it's time to go back to the workshop, try to make sure you can get everything set for your match later this week.
I mean, I'll give a player the match. I think it was Shellshock. He got so many kills with no ults. Like, if you get a nice, 2K with the Death Blossom, that's awesome and all, but he was getting casual 2Ks in a ton of fights without using Graphitic Flux. So, I don't know, he's mine. He's mine.
All right, fair enough. There we go. Shellshock, ladies and gentlemen. He's your player of the match today.
But yeah, so make sure to also, now that this stream's done, tune in to the other streams we have going on right now. We have Otter Oxide versus Burn, which is on Dire Boyd's stream. Check announcements for the link. And Ohio Woes versus Kraken Skulls on the main Owlet tournament channel. Both are going to be great to watch. You should definitely catch. So yeah, I hope to see you in those chats now. But yeah, so thank you for tuning in to this match. We appreciate it.
Yep, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you all later.